morning, everyone, and welcome to Planners Anonymous Live. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on a Tuesday. I know I normally do these on Monday, but this week has been an absolutely crazy week, so you are getting me relatively live, raw and uncut today. So there was no time for makeup. There was no time to prep as much as I normally do because we have had so much flying in and out of the door lately. It looks like we are live. I'm just checking. Yep. Hi to everyone. Hey, okay, awesome. It looks like, thank you for saying hi once you can see me, means that I've done something right. I'm a little bit more relaxed today. Ready to chill out. I do have a few things that I am super excited to show you today because I'm going to do my first preview of the Northern Lights kit, which is absolutely stunning. So I've taken a close-up video of these guys and these guys, which is the standard stickers and the additional sticker kit. What you'll be super happy to find out is that this is 18 pages again this month. But before, actually, you know what? Let's just jump straight into the previews and I'll show you, walk you through all the stickers. Okay, so this is the standard sticker kit. And as per, it follows our normal structure. So we've got 4 pages of stickers. We've got our gorgeous girl at the front, and then we have a planner guide back again today, this month, and our 4 standards. And yes, this time I remembered to peel off the preview for next month, which you'll see at the start of next month, and our foldable TN sticker. Okay, let's jump straight back on over to the additional sticker kit. Let's not waste any time with that. Okay, so we've got our gorgeous main girl on the front, and as you can see, there's some paintbrushes in there with the florals, and yes, it's a huge chunk of 18 pages. We've got another artist here taking photos, painting on her easel, and a whole bunch of little artworks. Our guy with some markers, some pencils, some paints. And this page is probably one of my favorite. It's birds, clouds, and some artistic impressions of the aurora and the northern lights. We've got some trees, some gorgeous polar bears, and the cutest little cubs ever. Yes, I've added in some flowers, and this month's flowers, we do have some outlines, or not just in the flowers, you can see the mountains at the top of that page too, with the quotes. And so we've decided that we wanted to add a little bit of line art to this. We've got some gorgeous flat lays which will fit in both the Hobonichi and into the ECHP, and that's of a whole bunch of different artistic styles. We've got our Happy Planner / Erin Condren sized boxes. We've got a double box at the top and 2 singles on each of these spreads, as well as some gorgeous dividers in both colour and black and white. These guys are my favorites. We've got some envelopes with some flowers at the top to match the kit, our date covers, and of course our 4 weekly colour overlays and water splashes and trackers. And then we have some gorgeous minis. And this month our mini includes the cutest little polar bear ever. You can see he's also there on the peeping, the top peaks. And our normal functional minis there too. So yes, there's 18 pages. It is absolutely massive, and a gorgeous kit. I am super proud of how beautiful this kit is. It is beautifully soft, and I while it is called Northern Lights, which is definitely inspired by the aurora, it's very much the artistic impression of that aurora. I know that there is a lot of artists in our community, and I'm not just talking about those people who can paint and draw and things like that. I consider the basically your like a lot of the artistic planning and creative sticker planning. I think that's can get quite artistic as well. And that's one of the ideas behind when I started up this kit. I wanted to make it easy that you could transform it to, your planner just from an everyday planner to your own little work of art with these watercolors that are coming through. So that's a lot of the inspiration behind this kit, and you can sort of see that it's very much an artistic impression, and not just of the Aurora but of your planners. Yeah, that's there's a lot in there. So I'm just reading through the notes. I will definitely catch up with any questions at the end, because there's a lot. Well, there's not heaps I need to cover, but there's a few bits and pieces which might get answered along the way. Yeah, it is a beautiful kit, and I do have to admit it is inspired a little bit by that Wild and Free kit. We do still have a lot of people who love the Wild and Free, so it does have a little bit of a subtle undertone as to that. Very different sort of part. And as you can see, there's no real seasonal inspiration. Like we did the Forest Falls, which was obviously very fall heavy. This kit has got a little bit of winter, it's got a bit of spring and some summer in there. So it works pretty much with any season. It's very versatile. It's not very pink heavy. There is a few pinks thrown in there, but it's very much towards the blue and the purple, which is just, I mean, it's such a beautiful kit. I've chucked in some slate, some sort of like greys and things as well, just to balance out the color and keep it that nice soft colors as well. It will be a silver foiled kit, which is going to be absolutely stunning. Now with this kit as well, we are going to be releasing our digital kit that is coming definitely later. We will obviously have the beautiful the inserts, phone screensavers, all that sort of stuff as well. So I'll be receiving more of that kit this week. The mystery item, I'm not going to say what it is, but let me just say, I get a lot of requests to bring this item back. It is probably one of our most luxurious / expensive mystery items. It's definitely a splurge for us. And it's something that pretty much everyone can use. So I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but you are going to want this item. So make sure if you skipped That's So 90s, or if you held back on subscribing, please make sure that you do so as soon as possible. Make sure your subscriptions are all good to go for the first of the month. I think it might be the end of the month for those in the US and behind us on the dateline. So yeah, it's gonna be an absolutely gorgeous kit. Okay, speaking of kits, I just want to very quickly just jump back to the 90s, haha, and just give a little bit of detail on that. So this week has been massive. The last week has been massive because we shipped our That's So 90s kit, which was a huge undertaking. But it left our office here yesterday, or our home office, I should say, yesterday. So that is on its way out to you. Please keep in mind that Sydney and Queensland, so New South Wales, and Queensland are going through some pretty intense bushfires at the moment. So there may be a delay in those leaving Sydney. A shout out to all those with breathing difficulties in Sydney today. I've heard it's an absolutely terrible day. We get a little bit of the smoke up here, but it is it's definitely a lot harder for those in Sydney today. Please stay safe. I still have family and friends down that way, so and to the general planning community, hoping you all stay safe and that you're all accounted for. The bushfire brigades have just, they do such an amazing job. We used to live in a bushfire prone area, so you'd see them outside practicing and running through what to do if the worst happens. So, oh, you saw the scratch in my hair. Yes. Please just be a little bit more patient with shipping this month. We don't know how they're going to go as they leave through Sydney, because as you know, all of our products go through Sydney before they go out overseas. So a little bit of extra patience this month is required. What else? Oh, the digitals. I know I promised them last week. There's a good reason why they are a little bit behind, but I usually try to get them up so that they're up in time for everybody to use them when their kit arrives. So I still feel like I have a few days up my sleeve. I am working super hard on those to get them out, and they're going to be lots of fun too. So make sure you head on to the website for those this week. I'll make sure to put a link up in our Facebook group when those are available. Sorry, ghosts in my study. Okay, next. Remember, I'm going to come back and answer some questions at the end. Next thing I wanted to discuss is the Forest Falls update. So for this one, thank you to everybody who supported that amazing kit, as well as the TN. We still do have some of the TNs left. I am going to be doing an email out this week with, so hopefully early this week, on how to download your included printable insert. That is on its way. It does usually take me a little bit longer because I need to do it's not an automated thing. I've been trying to work out how to make that automated. I've got a few ideas for our how we do it on the next TN. Yeah, Holly's going to be coming over and teaching me a little bit more about MailChimp. So I'm hoping that I can integrate that a little bit more closely so that in time for our next TN, it's a little bit more automated. Because I don't like the fact that you guys have to wait for that email from me. And, you know, sometimes the emails don't always end up with in your inbox. Sometimes they end up in spam, and a lot of people, like, it just tends to go missing. So I am working on a better process for that. And also Michael told me to say that and I've also been talking with our app developers about the subscriber pricing not showing correctly. They seem to not be able to get it to happen on their end, so I am trying to organize, they're trying to organize with me a teleconference call so that we can try and get to the bottom of what's happening, because there seems to be a fair few people having the issue. I'm finding it hard to replicate on my end, which is really hard to then tell a support service where the issue is. So if you are having that issue, please email us at customer service, which I'm going to talk about customer service at the end of this video, so don't go anywhere. Please email us at customer service and just let Michael know that the discount isn't applying, and for exactly what products you're trying to get that discount for, and we will sort it out for you. I'll do a full customer service update because there's a few things I want to chat about towards the end of this video, so hang out for that, and I'll do that before my Q&A. Next item on the agenda. Sorry, just having a bit of a drink. Trying to whip through these lives at the moment because there is so much work on. Okay, our Black Friday event. We will be having some past kits, a whole bunch of them available. Some of them only have a couple left. I think Michael was saying that he found a couple of Picnic in the Park, which we only have a few of those, like literally less than a handful, maybe 2 or 3. They're like the very last batch of customer service leftovers, because for those who don't know, when we send out kits, we do keep a small percentage of them behind, so that we can send them out if something goes wrong with shipping, or if there's damages and things like that. So because that was released a while ago, we're now releasing the very, very last of the stock. So it literally will be the last couple that we have available. So that is happening. I am also working on some new weekly sticker kits. Can we say sunflowers and sunshine? So, and maybe Barista Brunch, maybe, for the weeklies. And that will be the vertical kits, so the ones that are Erin Condren and Happy Planner compatible. And obviously compatible with our inserts, because our inserts run on a box layout, and the Hobonichi. So that is going to be a lot of fun too. I am trying to add in as much as I possibly can, and we'll have more information on our Black Friday, because it's not far away. I mean, I need another 2 weeks before it's Black Friday, like actual 2 weeks, not just 2 normal weeks. I need as much time as I can possibly get, because I want to throw in so much in there. Michael's saying that there's some new products that we have not offered before that he wants to put in Black Friday. Don't ask me what. I have no idea. As we have talked about previously, I'm not allowed in the back room because I take the stock. It's pretty okay. You planner people, you all know my problem. I'm not allowed in that back. I was allowed in the back room. Actually, I pilfered it on the way through when the courier arrived with some scrunchies. By the way, if you want, these do wrap around a Hobonichi if you want a planner band. And I grabbed maybe far too many of the the bands for myself because they're so cute. And I love the little star charm off them too. Which, if you want, you could always take the star charm off. You could always take the star charm off and put it onto your planner, but you will need to have some jewelry making bits and pieces to do that. Anywho, so that is pretty cool. Indy may have swiped a fair few of those scrunchies too. So for those of you who have little girls at home, hide your scrunchies when they arrive because they are a hot ticket item. Okay, so the other thing I am hoping to release for Black Friday, because I received word yesterday that they are currently being sent, is our Barista Brunch TNs. I don't have a sample to show you because I changed a few things from our initial sample, so it really doesn't represent the TN that is arriving. It is probably one of our more simple TNs that we've done in terms of the patterns. I wanted to keep it simple for several reasons, but it will have the clip, so the same layout as Planner Babe. It is going to be stunning. I can't wait to share it all with you. Once it arrives, you know that I will. We'll be doing the inserts, the digital inserts, the optional sticker kit, the optional notepad, which you can all purchase those separately. So they will be released at the same time, which we're hoping to release it all during the Black Friday event. So it's going to be big. Yeah, and there's a lot of work here that's required for that. Speaking of the TNs, I want to see, so if you're not already, jump into our Facebook group, and if you use our TNs, I want to see how you're using them. If you're using discs, if you've modified it to chuck in rings, if you're using it just as a TN, if you're using tabs on the TN. I want to see how you're using our TNs. I mean, I want to see how you're using all of our kits, but right now I'm super interested in how people are using the TNs. So, and as you guys know, I love seeing how you're using our products so that I can then turn our products into the best possible products that I can make to help your planning and your creative side flourish. So make sure you jump in there, share them, jump on Instagram too. Make sure if you're on there and you're sharing stuff, tag us with @PlannersAnon or hashtag, because it comes up in my feed. I try and keep up as much as I can. I'm not so great on the commenting on Instagram. Don't send it to us in a message in Instagram because things go missing. Yeah, so I feel free to share all that. Okay, what is next? Okay. Okay, so just a general update. So customer service. So if you haven't already caught the gist of the reason why we're late today is customer service has been absolutely swamped. So for those who don't know, we are mostly a 2-person show here, and things have been it's probably our busiest couple of weeks in the whole year, between the technical issues that we were having last month, trying to catch up on those, keeping all the kit going and everything like that. A few deadlines have sort of slipped a little bit further out than what we normally like, and it's the same with customer service. So we had our shipping down the weekend, and that can take up to a week to prepare for. So Michael sends his apologies that customer service is running a little bit behind, but he's prioritizing making sure that everything gets sent out in time, over replying back to a whole bunch of emails. That being said, there are, if you want to get an idea, there's usually we get hundreds of emails. So he is doing his absolute best to get through all those, while making sure that everybody's stuff leaves on time. So he wants to say thank you for those who have been patient. He is replying. He's trying to get through all those this week. I've actually sent him out on a courier run this morning so he can pick up product for me. So he is literally out the back packing things and doing the customer service. Some things he shoots through to me, so I don't get them until he's shot them through to me. And the reason why we do that is so that I can make sure that I'm designing product in time to get it out to all of you. Okay. So yeah, please be patient with the emails. He will make it right. We don't try and answer them late on purpose to annoy anyone, or to upset anyone, or we understand your frustrations, and we are trying to get to them as soon as we possibly can. So yes, it's we are doing the very best we can here, and he will make it right once he gets to your email. Okay. Whew. That was a lot of update in a very. I'm trying to whiz through my lives at the moment because I'm trying to get a lot of product done for the Black Friday event, as well as for the Barista TN, which is on the way, and the next kit, and the next kit, and the next. Okay, so feel free to write your questions down. I'm gonna have a quick read now and see what everybody's saying. Okay, so yeah, Denise. Okay, it's just on the fire season. Yeah, the fire season hasn't started here, and I think that's what's so scary about the fires here in Australia is that I think this is the worst fire pre-season we've ever seen, and it's worse than most fire seasons. So, and they're predicting. I read this morning they're predicting that it's going to be a really dry summer. So that's super scary. Okay, so what else? Ashley, Miss Plum Mashable. I can attest she's not allowed back there. She grabs too much. You talking about me hoarding, running out to the stockroom? You traitor! Thank goodness Michael's not watching this morning. He's out driving. Okay. Can't wait to see the Barista Brunch. Once I have it, I will show you all. Don't worry, it's going to arrive. Okay. So I've received a few messages about people being upset with the scrunchie. There's not much I can say about that. I wanted to try something different. I know that some kits do non-planner items. I wanted to try something different. I know that some people do use scrunchies and hair accessories in their planners. I wanted to try. You win some, you lose some. I quite frankly love it. People who have received them already love them. I'm sorry that I couldn't please everyone. But hopefully you love the Northern Lights mystery item better. Come back. Okay. Where are I? Cheryl, I'm not allowed to have my Forest Falls TN. Oh, it's a gift. And yeah, the Planet and Caroline B. Oh, yours is on the Planet Babe one. Trust me, when you receive it, it'll be worth the wait. They are such gorgeous TNs, and I'm super proud. I'm super proud of the quality of the TNs that are coming out, and the Forest Falls TN. So what we're doing at the moment is we haven't been doing pre-orders for TNs. We've been waiting until they come in. We've been estimating how many of them we need and shipping them out. Now, I'm not sure if we'd like to do it that way, because that means that you, like, between paying for them and getting them, you get them so much quicker. But we'll have to see how we're going to do with that. And the other thing is there's a lot less stress doing it that way, because if they arrive, I get to check them out first, make sure they're exactly how I want them, and we know how much stock we've got. You know, because I see a lot of other people who have trouble in manufacturing, and it's just the way that manufacturing goes. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. So we like to do it that way. That being said, there is, I've just had someone message asking about, I don't know where to go. Hope there will be a TN for the Hobonichi. That is something I'm working on. Now, because we've never offered something like that before, that's not to say that we may not consider a pre-order for that, just so we can see how many we need to order. So I don't want to say too much on that, because I'm waiting for my sample to come in, and then I want to make sure it fits how I want it to, and that it works how I want to. So I am remaining pretty tight-lipped on that. Because you guys, I don't want to get people's hopes up if it doesn't turn out right. But yes, it is. I mean, I think I've alluded to that in the past few weeks, that it is something that I am working on. Customer service is amazing. Thank you, Alexandra. We do our absolute best. We're not perfect. We have, what's the quote? I have an army of little people that I made myself, and now they run the house. They're not an army, there's two of them, but they definitely feel like an army at times. So while we're managing those, Planners Anonymous and I would say Social Life, but we don't really have one of those. We are doing our best to get back on the customer service issues as quickly as possible. There are a few known issues at the moment which are making our customer service queues huge, which is, I mean, the one I know, I don't see them all, but the one I know about is the subscriber pricing, which we're working on with our developers, as I mentioned earlier. So that is completely inflating the amount of messages that we're getting, and yeah, we're a very small team here. Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to catch up again. Can't remember what it is. Okay. Any chance sometime in the future you would offer printed inserts as an option? Okay. So we do have some printed inserts left over. I think you can buy the Forest Falls insert on its own in our store right now. The only issue is, we don't make the inserts in-house, so we need to purchase a fair few of them, which really restricts us on what site. So at the moment we only offer the B6 TN insert. I'd be interested to hear, we've been nervous about offering them, because once we offer them, people are going to want more and more and more sizes, and it's just not something that we are able to do at the moment. So it's a little bit, and not only that, but when we pack our kits, they're packed in bulk, so we literally don't look at every single individual order, because if we were to do that and pack according to orders, it would take us over a week to get through our packing days, and at the moment it's already taking up a full weekend. So that's some of the things that I feel like I've said too much. That's some of the reasons why we don't offer the. If we ever were to offer inserts, they'd definitely be as a separate item in the store, because logistically it would just be an absolute nightmare to add in. Like I get requests all the time if we could add the weekly kits into the standard subscription. Like we already have 3 options, which is the standard sub, the stickers, the optional stickers, the optional papers. So and then the so you've got that. So there's like 4 or 5 combinations or something like that, because you can get the papers and the kit, and then the stickers and the kit, and the kit on its own, and the stickers and the papers and the kit. So there's like a whole bunch of combinations, and then once you start adding in more, it just absolutely grows. So we're very mindful of making sure that pack crews can get out the subscription kits quickly. So that's the reason why we don't add the weekly kits and anything else into the box, because it would just be an absolute logistical nightmare here. Okay. Okie dokie. Sorry, I have all these little ticks which I need to stop doing in these videos. So I do apologize. I know ummy's a really big one, so I'm sorry. Okay, so will there be a Northern Lights TN? Unofficially, I'm possible, maybe. Unofficially, it won't be for a little while though. TNs take a good couple of months to do. Like they literally take about 2 months to produce, as well as samples running back and forward. And I'm super strict. I swear my suppliers hate me for it, because I am super painful when it comes to getting things right. I really feel sorry for them. But we have a really good working relationship with them. It just takes a lot of time, which is why we usually offer the TNs after a kit, because we want to make sure that we're offering them on the right kits, and that we're not stuck with too much stock, and you're not waiting for 3 months for a pre-order. Okay. Will there be? I've just answered that. Okay. Are there PP Weeks kits coming soon? I have thought about that. At the moment, I'm just trying to keep the. I know that you can use normal, EC or our vertical weekly kits in Print Prescience, because it's basically the same layout as like the Print Prescience books are basically the same as my Hobonichi inserts, which you can download for free, by the way. I'm not starting anything there. I mean, so that's available, and I use the weekly sticker kits in those. So I do know it fits. So in terms of designing specifically for the Print Prescience, which is basically a condensed version of the weeks, I haven't created anything yet, because it's low on my radar. That being said, it's not definitely off my radar. It is on my my list of things that I want to get through. It's just not at the top at the moment. Okay. Michael Amazing, you're a lucky lady. I really am. He does so much. I mean, between helping me look after the kids and raise these 2 wonderful humans that we have, he makes sure that I don't overload, because when you are all mentioning all these products, I can pretty much guarantee you I've wanted to do them for the better part of a year. Michael not only runs everything behind the scenes, so he does all the very heavy business stuff, making sure that the shipping is running, that he's talking to our shipping partners, that he is talking with our accountant to make sure that the taxes are filed in time, which he kind of does okay with that. I don't know. He does so much behind the scenes that you all don't see. As well as he keeps me in check. So I am the one who I always want to create things, and I have been up till 2 a.m. for the better part of this month, and then up at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning trying to help to get the kids to school. And when I'm just that flat out tired, he is up getting the kids to school and making sure that life still runs. So if it wasn't for him, and I'm pointing over, his desk is just over there. So I cannot say how incredible he is. And the only reason I've been able to do weekly kits and the washi separates and do more TNs is because he's now joined the business. And for those who, I mean, a lot of the people who are in here, in watching today know that we do have a special needs kit as well. So previously, before I was having to, when Michael was running a full-time job, I had to do more as well as take him to his therapy and running all those errands, and there was a lot of extra workload on me, which it's hard. And now that I have a Michael at home helping me out, I'm able to do all these products, but there's still a very limited, I mean, I'm not getting much sleep, and he's the first one to give me a slap down because I'm not a physical slap down. Let me just put that out there. On the fact that I need to be looking after myself more. So he's the guy who will turn around to me and say, no, I know you really want to do this, but you need to think about yourself and you need to make sure that you're doing okay. So he, you guys don't see how much he really does. And I do see some of the emails that come through to him, and most of them are amazing and beautiful and wonderful, and I know I've just addressed this before, so I don't want to get into it too much, but I really feel disappointed and sad for him when he has to deal with some of the exceptionally demanding emails when he really is trying his best. And I know that waiting a few extra days isn't great, and it can get frustrating as a customer, but he does do as much as he possibly physically can. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. And yes, we all need a Michael. Okay. Actually, Dawn just asked if I've ever considered moving to the USA. I would love to move to the USA. So we moved from Sydney to get Lachlan therapy here in Queensland, because they actually offered better therapy in Queensland as opposed to Sydney. So we moved here for him. He is now talking again, which is something the pediatricians told us would never happen. He has an amazing set of therapists. He has the most incredible school that just goes over and above for him. And to be honest, as much as personally for me, I would love to move, I couldn't imagine uprooting him and Indy from the support network, and that includes our family that we have here. Because we just wouldn't have that support anywhere else, and it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a village and a whole universe to raise a special needs child. So that's the reason why, that's probably the main reason why we have not ventured over that way. That being said, I'll be back over for Go Wild next year. All my years are merging. And I will, and we're trying to, depending on how the budget stretches, we'd love to come over more often. But yeah, that money goes towards therapy and making sure that we can do really cool things with the business and to give you guys more products. Okay. Opened my emails this morning and saw Michael's picture. Took a moment to place him. I told him to change that preview picture to how long ago. He must have changed it. I know that sometimes it defaults back to him. So sorry about that. Yeah, it even though it says Planners Anonymous, sometimes it will show his picture. But that's quite funny. Hoping there's polar bears on the Northern Lights washi. There isn't. I'm trying to remember what I did now. I know there's not on the wide. I'm trying to think what the other two were. What was my skinny washi this month? I don't think there's any polar bears in it. Which brings it to the next question that I've got is, how many kits do we design ahead? So I can be designing 4 kits at any one time. So I am currently designing for March next year, up until March next year. April next year at the moment, actually. I've just started working on April. And that being said, sometimes I add in little tweaks and things like that as we get closer to the kits. But yeah, I work, and then I've generally got my schedule a year out, which I can tweak when I get closer to things. If things aren't, if I feel like, yeah, I run a lot on gut feeling. So yeah, that's, I generally run anywhere from 2 months to 6 months out with designing my kits. And which is what, like, the digital kits are new, so we're literally running right, like, as the month is happening, so they're being designed now. So yeah, okay. And there might be extra washi for Northern Lights, but not at the same time as the launch. And the reason why we expedited the fall ones, was because we wanted it to go out with the TN. Okay. Family comes first. Yes, it does, honey. How's the Michael's Make Room going? It's still happening in the background. I'm not allowed to talk about it. But things are still happening. There's still a little bit longer to wait. As soon as I'm allowed to say anything, trust me, I will be shouting it from the rooftops. There is a lot of work, a lot of negotiations that have... No, sorry, I thought it was a courier. And a lot of negotiations which are happening in the background. But yes, we are still talking with Michaels. We are still making stuff happen. Yeah, so that is awesome. You have school and therapist support. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it because I will start crying. Because I'm a very emotional person. But yeah, we are exceptionally lucky, and it's something that we have fought very hard for lucky. I'm feeling a little bit sensitive today because I just started keto yesterday. I'm back on my keto diet, and I'm desperately craving some real chocolate. And I'm like, I know you can do dark chocolate, but I'm not a dark chocolate person. I sugar people. But yes, we are exceptionally lucky. And it's come from a lot of hard work. And to anybody who has special needs kids out there, the most important thing that you could ever do, and I know a lot of parents do, is just fight for your little ones. And it's an ongoing fight, and it is exhausting, but it is so worth it. Okay, nope. Okay, go wild. Yes, hope to see you again. Yes, Mary, make sure you hunt me down. I will be there as long as everything goes according to plan now. We've got it in our calendars. Oh, we will be there. We might be trying to get a merch license this year. So that we can produce some go wild things. To be confirmed on what they are. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. Because when the merch licenses come up, I will be trying to snap one up. Oh yeah, the washi for Northern Lights, Jasmine, is pretty. Okay, Celine, is it possible for you to do the live earlier, like 2 to 3 hours? So normally I run the lives at 11 a.m. on a Monday. 11. That would make it like, okay, this is my maths, I don't do maths. 11, 10, 9, 8. That is like prime getting ready for school time. So after the kids leave around about 8 a.m. for school, and then it's literally, it takes me about an hour to get ready for the lives. I literally just cannot think that early in the morning. Fun fact, when I worked in my corporate job many years ago, my boss tried to schedule 9 a.m.s with me, and I told him it'll be a cold day in hell before I turn up for a 9 a.m. meeting, to which he was mostly supportive about. And whenever he would schedule an 8 or a 9 a.m. meeting, first thing he would do is walk over to my desk and apologize. So as much as I would love to move my lives earlier, I struggle to form sentences at 10/11 a.m., let alone at 7 or 8 a.m. And it's all about the light. So I actually where I'm sitting now, I get the best light at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, which is just not a good time. And I'm up like until around about 2 a.m. most nights working. So, yeah, sorry, I just can't move it. But the reason why I jumped over to YouTube is so that you can watch this at any time. And if you have any questions, feel free to come into our Facebook group and chat with. I try and get in there as much as I can. I know I haven't been in there much lately because things have been so crazy here. But there is so many amazing people in that group who can answer probably a lot of your questions. Okay. Okay, it's only 3 a.m. here. That's what. Oh, go to sleep. Watch me later. My co-workers know not to speak to me before 10 a.m. Yep, Dawn, I feel that. That's why, Caroline, yep, I feel that. Okay, is it possible for other payment options like Afterpay, ZipPay, or even Hum? I know we definitely can't do, I don't think we can do Hum. It all depends on, we're trying to work out the integration into our system. So it's not as easy as just flicking a switch and putting it through without interrupting, because our website is relatively, there's a lot of custom stuff in there. And once we add that, we need to, like, there's a lot that needs to happen before we can just switch it on. We have been looking at it for a while, but it's just, there is a lot that needs to go into that. And not only that, but we need to make sure that it doesn't interrupt all of our subscriptions that are already going through. And unofficially, they charge high fees. They charge big fees, people. But I didn't say that. Okay, it looks like, yeah, so Caroline's also said that. So Afterpay and all that charge sellers a fee too. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Like, we, especially on our subscription kit, like there's the PayPal fees and like it's yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more on that because PayPal charge an extra fee too. Okay. I've blabbed on for long enough today. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to be done at about the half an hour point. We're heading on to the 50-minute point now, so I apologize. Whew, but thank you for hanging out with me today. Yeah, Caroline, with the PayPal thing, that's also it's not an easy fix for our website. There's a lot. Like, I know that a lot of people who have Shopify sites can just plug in PayPal. It's not so easy with our site due to the subscriptions, and I know other people who have subscriptions do have it, because I know that's your next question, but we have a lot of custom code in our website, so we need to we need to make sure that that's fully tested, and our web developer has been unable to work with us for a little bit, so because he's taken on new life things and bits and pieces. So if we're going to do it, we need to make sure that it works first. Okay. I am done. I have so much work to get done. Just remember, Black Friday is around the corner. A new TN Barista Brunch is around the corner. There is so much happening. New weekly kits, new everything. The Northern Lights is going to be amazing. Is an amazing kit. It's so pretty. It's so... Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all so much for asking me questions and interacting with me, so I don't feel like I'm just sitting here alone on a... well, it's not Monday. On a Tuesday morning. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will chat to you all later. Bye.